Hey everybody, it's John here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in Fallout 76, grabbing the Scorched Earth achievement, which finally has been fixed after the December 13th update. So what this is for is to defeat the Scorched Beast Queen event. To get the event to appear, what you have to do is you have to have someone on your server launch a nuke at Fissure Site Prime, which is going to be a fissure site on the bottom right of the map in the Cranberry Bog area. Once the nuke goes off, it should spawn the Scorched Beast Queen, who's going to be a level 95 legendary creature. So this fight's going to be pretty tough. The game recommends you have at least 10 people to get this done. So keep that in mind. You probably want to do this with a group, or hopefully the people in your server are going to be high enough level. If you are planning on doing this with a group, what I recommend doing is having the lowest level player in the group launch the nuke. The reason for that is the Scorched Beast Queen's stats are going to be based around the level of the player who launched the nuke. So the lower the level player who launches it, the better off you are. Once the nuke goes off, what you want to do is you want to fast travel over there. You want to set up a camp so everyone has a place to fix any weapons or armor. You are going to need power armor for this because it's in a blast zone, so this prevents radiation as well as gives you some protection from the high level creatures in the area, because a ton of high level creatures will spawn because this is in a blast zone and they are most likely going to do more damage to you than the Scorched Beast Queen herself. So you want to focus on just the Scorched Beast Queen. She is going to be level 95 and 3-star legendary, which means once she gets past the halfway point in her health bar, she will fill up all the way. So think of it as her having 1.5 health bars worth of health. In addition to that, you are going to be given only a 30 minutes time limit in order to defeat her. So a ton of cooperation with all of your group or randoms is going to be required for this. So hopefully everyone has some pretty high level weapons. Use your missile launchers, Gatling guns, etc. For the first phase of the fight, your goal is to try to clip her wings and get her to land, so have your ranged players keep shooting her until she lands, and then you can have your melee and explosive players run in and clean up shop, and you just want to keep hitting her. You also want to have some players try to take out some of the enemies around so they don't kill any of the other players while they're shooting. So as you can see, there's a ton of creatures in the background that will do a ton of damage if left unattended. But eventually, once you get her down past her halfway bar, the second time anyway, you want to have any characters who have any orbital strikes on them just throw them at her, and that should do a ton of damage. As you can see here, the frame rate is going to start dipping down to single digits, so hopefully you have a character who has a few dozen of them. Just keep spamming and then just have everyone unload everything onto her. If you have any people with any weapons or armor that break, make sure you have a repair station nearby, and eventually you should take her down. We managed to get this done in 25 minutes with this group, so the 30-minute time limit, although pretty tough, you can cut it pretty close and still knock it down. Once you do, you should get the achievement. There it is, 30 gamer score, and that's all there is to it. Side note, because this is an event achievement, what you can also do is you can hop onto a server with someone who's already launched the nuke at Fissure Site Prime, fast travel over there. If the fight is still going on and you still get the timer that's counting down from 30 minutes, as long as you're in the area when someone defeats the Scorched Beast Queen within the time limit, you will still get the achievement. So if you want the achievement without having to do any of the actual work, you can keep hopping servers until you get lucky and happen to run across one where you have a bunch of players who are already fighting the Scorched Beast Queen. Just walk into the area once they are wrapping up the fight, and you should be good for the achievement that way too, since event quests will reward every single player within that particular area. So you have that as an option as well if you're lazy or don't want to participate in the final quest. So that's something to keep in mind, and that's all there is to it.